Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. This may look somewhat similar to you because this is Supreme Crossing. It's no isthmus or whatever it is the Supreme Crossing map. The original Supreme, some might say. And this is made for a small team map. And as we press F5 here, we can see said small teams. Back on the channel again is Glorp. Let's see if they're able to do better this time around in the more central position with an OS of 45. Also on their team this time though is 1000 ticks. They did tremendously well in the last 2v2 we watched. So let's see if they're able to bring Glorp the victory that they require. Polygon next to them. And finally for the red team, we have Smig, who is heading into C. Now on the opposite side of the map, we have Victor, OS of 31, already taken this very, very forward position here as opposed to the opposite team, already building a coastal torpedo launcher. Now you may think that's an odd choice, but units that actually walk into the water, even if they're normal land units, the torpedo defense will actually shoot them. So this kind of covers both avenues anyway. Then on the blue team, Mr. Akumar, highest OS on this match of 58, followed by Javler. I know you're all gonna berate me in the comments for pronunciations of the name, but yeah, I mean, this is not even a word, so don't get mad at me. And then, like this one is also not a word. Longe 27. I'm just gonna call him Lon. There you go, and then Lon in green going to the sea. So green is the first one to get an actual combat ship out and about, with Smig taking a little while to get started here, and actually also going for supporters, which will just get eaten alive by those assault frigates. Meanwhile, Victor, being a ballsy player here and is already on the opposite side of the map, he's just going to get outranged by maces here. He's hoping that he can keep the Centurion alive, but I don't think a single Centurion versus all of this will be quite enough. As he's dead. Oh, he does manage to get one. Oh, but the D-gun gets the Centurion, and that'll be it. That will be a dead base and a lot of dead metal. Not only that, but there's an RT behind it. Polygon has sent forward 2 RTs, and that will also make short work of Victor here, who is just getting absolutely destroyed trying to defend this LLT. Down to 14% health. He will have to retreat back across the sea if he doesn't want to lose his commander, losing this front line. I mean, it has delayed his opponent a little bit, but at the same time, Victor's lost quite a bit of metal, and now there's not much really stopping this march across the ocean. Well, the crossing, rather. Meanwhile, up here, Tix is trying to harass with a couple of skaters here, but they're not really going to cause too much threat as a cruiser. Oh, actually, never mind. A destroyer will not be out in time as there's no additional build power here. It'll take a while. The assault frigate should arrive well before then to deal with it, but it may get some of the wins. Ooh. No, decides to try and run away. Probably a mistake there. Should have probably kept going. And how's everything else going across the map? So, green doing a pretty good job here at harassing Smig. With some torpedoes here as well. And Smig is yet to build a destroyer at all. As you can see, he's only building assault frigates here. So he will slowly just take more and more attrition if he's not careful. Now, Smith does have his commander here, so he can, like, heal up these units, and that's exactly what he should be doing. Ooh, slight miss control of the submarine here. Smith could really do with getting, like, a repair ship down here. That would work wonders. Oh, Akumar's telling them to com-bomb them. Akumar is going to com-bomb them. Victor now up at full health. Akumar has provided plenty of maces, thugs here to stave off the front line attack. Polygon building up a bombing run, but has no fighters here. And this is the important thing, as Akumar's commander marches in, flies in, I guess. Akumar needs to set down quickly. Quick. Oh, he just gets down in time as the fighters fly over. A Centurion is being rushed off the bat here in order to try and counter it, but Akumar will just be able to walk up and degun this as it comes off the production line. Smart move as he's trying to move it away. But now all of these forces just running back. And now, although these units will chase down Akumar, if he keeps going, he's just going to try and get as much done as he can. He has completely wiped out red. But at the same time, there is a bombing run happening over attempting to be happening over Akumar's base. Akumar choosing to not build any fighters
destroyed,
as he was too busy microing this. Accidentally starts building a torpedo defense there. Whoopsie. Oh, this is going to hurt. Yav there. Loses all of his energy production. Glorp's comm does go down on the front, and Victor is eating all of that up. I don't get why Akumar's not building fighters out of this factory right now. Well, pretty much secured. Exception of these gunships that are coming across. At the same time, we see Lon has secured South Sea. Meaning that he's got full control of that. That does mean he's now able to send units across to go deal with Thousand Ticks to help Yavlir. But there are still some stuff left in the water. There is still this single assault frigate. And the fact that they don't have air superiority and Lon is just YOLOing his commander is quite a risky play here. These assault frigates are not assault frigates. These gunships rather are causing some problems for Yavlir here, who, bear in mind, has lost all of their energy production. There goes the shipyard, and the con will be shortly after. Oh no, going for the metal extractors instead.
Commander destroyed.
And there goes Yavlir's comm in the side as well. Where are your fighters, Akumar? They're here, they're just taking a while. Almost getting the front line here of Thousand Ticks, but Lon has had to fall back instead. Oh, it seems like Lon's commander managed to set down in time before the fighters came over, but it still looks fairly even. fairly difficult position here. Yavalier, sorry, is in a really tough spot here. They've got no energy production, no factory. They have no commander. They only have this one construction ship. They have their sea mexes, which is okay for now, but they need a bit more. Polygon's doing really well here for the seafront. Kind of looks like Lon might just walk up on land here, potentially. Which is funny, because he could just build an amphibious. Well, he can't build an amphibious. He needs an sea con for that, which he just lost. But still, if he could build an amphibious thing, that'd be grand. Just sent off the side here and just marching units straight up. At the moment, he needs as many ships as possible to try and contest 1,000 ticks in this North Sea here. This assault frigate's like almost dead. Does have some destroyers. But nowhere near enough forces here, as 1,000 ticks has a lot of ships. Thousand ticks calmed down to 33% health, but these guys that are left will not survive long enough to kill the commander, especially with only a single destroyer there able to do the work. And say goodbye to said destroyer. And not looking good. Glorp is pushing across, as we see here. The D-gun goes off. Victor has no units left at all. Akamar has gone Tech 2 here. And this is the one big difference between Supreme Crossing and like Isthmus, for example. This crossing means that sea can get involved here. And that has managed to push Glorp back from this front position. And interestingly enough, we do actually see Lon has just walked up. Eating the Tech 2 lab before it gets finished here. Does not manage to eat all of it. Those gunships are extremely low health. Self-destruct does not manage to hit. But that does give even more metal to the red team here. And now Victor is the last remaining comm. So top C lost for blue team. Bottom C won. Air lost for blue team. But blue team is on Tech 2 as opposed to the red team. So how much of an impact is that going to make? Yet to see, really. Victor is now running the combat. Realistically, his place to hide should be like here, probably. The safest spot. You're not going to get run over by land units, and they're going to need torpedo bombers to hit you. But I mean, pretty boring for him, considering he's got no factory, he's got no construction units, he's got no combat units. But yeah, I mean, Akimar does also have the majority of the metal on the map here. Victor has nothing. Javier now has literally nothing. So, can the Akumar carry? That is the question. Lon doing a decent job holding off this naval force in top C here. But just a couple of Sheldons just holding off. There we go. They've been given to Victor. I mean, Where is the Reds commander? So we got Glorp in the South Sea, which is a bit of a ballsy move here. Smig up front. And 1,000 Ticks all the way over here. Looks like he's about to do, well, attempt to do the same thing that Lon just did. And they're going to notice a little too late here. There you go. There's a big yellow dot there. And there's the commander. And the double LTs are enough to stop him. Oh, but there is nothing to stop this bombing run. Except all of the air defense, of course. But the bombers will hit their target. And the Tech 2 lab gets destroyed in one fell swoop. Very well played there, Polygon. Now, most of the bombers do get destroyed. And at the same time, we see a huge push here from Polygon into the 7th Sea. And this is a bit problematic for Lon here, as Lon looks like they're about to lose their front line there. Navy was out of position, but I don't think it would really matter too much. Just look at how many destroyers are here. His actual Navy is rushing to try and get back down here. The factory is gone. Build power is gone. Energy production is gone. And even with his Navy reinforcing him, he doesn't have enough. Now, along the bottom of the map here, Akuma has a random scuttle that he is trying to sneak around. Oh, Glorp uses a bed bug to intercept the scuttle and actually manages to tape out the scuttle. Very well played. This is not looking good for blue team. They were in a pretty strong position at first on the front and in the South Sea, but they've just been they got progressively worse and worse. And now with Lon not having any form of constructors or anything, it's pretty much game over for the blue team, it looks like. And also purely going to be carried here by Polygon's tremendous bombing runs and air pressure here. Fact that Akuma just decided to not go, not at least continue pumping out fighters, has done a lot of damage. And here they are going for the Geo. There's a lot of AA. And all the bombers actually get killed beforehand. The gunship's left. Down to half health. Quarter health. And actually survives. The bedbug's just hiding in the water below the waterline so that they can't actually get hit. That is a very, very cheeky play. They're basically mines that you can move at this point. Akuma has had to actually transition into sea himself here in an effort to try and stave off defeat. He can't really hold both sides. 1,000 Ticks could also do what we were talking about earlier on, where they build an amphibious lab, but instead they have decided to just go straight into Tech 2, which, to be fair, the map is quite small, so why not? Makes sense. And yeah, I just don't. I don't see... It's now just... Lon's just given all of his metal extractors to Akumar. It's basically now Akumar versus 4. With Victor microing some Sheldons, basically. Which is quite funny. And unfortunately, not microing them very well, as a bedbug does manage to get half the Sheldons. And with no Tech 2 factory producing them, that is not good. As he's now only able to print out fiends that he's got from this Twitcher here. Tech 2C starting to make its appearance. If it does position off here, it will be able to get some good stuff. And Akumar is now finally building air support. See some ducks around as well, clearing up some of the metal extractors on the sea floor, as well as kind of making their way over here. The fact that this stuff's EMP'd means that easy tax must be on this lobby. And now this guy's just going to be able to come up around here and do all sorts of damage. He could build some shurikens to try and stop that, but still. Oh, but Smink's commander may go down here. Well, there's whole 3 destroyers. That should be enough. And that's all Akumar needs to do, is just kill the commanders.
Commander destroyed.
1 down, 2 to go. And one of the comms is over here. So in theory, they could get it. Actually, interestingly enough, all of Red Team's comms are in the water at the moment. In come the fiends. Most of them will get taken out by that first explosion, still leaving a large chunk left as they march their way straight down this front line here. There are plenty of layers of defenses here of LLTs, beamers, and such. The missile ship did manage to get the AGO here, and well, Akumar doesn't really have much to stop that. Not only that, but this duck is just whittling down all of the build power that Akumar did have around the back. Bear in mind, Akumar has no Tech 2 factory anymore, so that is what's going to happen. Now, Akumar is not aware of where the commanders are. Actually, he sees Glorps, so he knows Glorps is up there, but he doesn't know where the one is for 1,000 ticks. But this is a sizable sea force here that's pushing across. He may be able to take out this Tech 2 factory if he's quick enough, but he will lose pretty much his entire navy here as the 2 battleships are there. T2 factory goes down. Single target focus here as he goes for one of the battleships. But Akumar's attention looks split as he's just left these boats here. Doesn't have anywhere near enough the Air Force. And all of the units Victor had, he's just kind of sat them there. And they get rushed down by grunts, and there goes all of the Sheldons. That push didn't go quite as far as it was intending. And now we see Akumar has transitioned to Tech 2C himself. But this missile ship is quite dangerous for Akumar. All of his energy production is now in these wings here and there. And this AGO that's over there. And now Victor resigning, giving everything to Akumar. So now it is well and truly Akumar versus their entire team. And the pop-up defense is just doing easily enough to stop any of these fiends making it through. Oh. Bed bugs are crawling up. How far are they going to get? Oh, the D-gun on the second one. Oh, this is unfortunate. He has no C. He has no torpedoes. And not only the bed bugs, but the ducks are just destroying all of this Tech 2 stuff. One flagship is already down. A second one soon to follow. And say goodbye to the Tech 2 constructor as well, probably. Tech 2 lab down to 27% health. Now going for the build power. Look, doing a lot better this game than they were last time. Akama maybe just with too much to handle here. Enough torpedo defenses though built to kind of push these guys off. Also, Glorp having energy issues right now, as you can see with the big red arrows of energy symbols above. Center of the map, a battleship is now positioned, gonna stop any of those fiends running over again. And another bombing run being prepped by Polygon. Polygon done really well this match, very well. I know I haven't said that 1000 Ticks has done well. I mean, yes, they have. They've just completely like overwhelmed their opponent basically, and is now continuing to apply pressure very, very well. But the biggest impact has to be Polygon's air raids. They have caused a significant impact. And I mean, when your opponent has no air of their own, well, of course they're going to, but that's kind of why you can't just ignore it. And here he goes for the AGO. Fighters clear the way and scout. No Tech 2 air defense has been positioned here. And here goes the bomber. Boom. All of the bombers do get taken out with that. But there goes the Tech 2 energy production of Akuma. Now actually going for the Tech 2 C lab. It's going to be close. Nope, he doesn't manage to get it in time, but I don't think that's really going to matter, as a combined force of land, sea and air will be too much for Akama to deal with, as his ships now no longer have energy to fire effectively, and this ground force just marches its way on. Even though they're only grunts, they're going to be able to push right through. This one missile ship has gotten some pretty significant value. Now, in the kind of sea meta, Cortex battleships are actually better than Armada's ones. Like for like, but that ain't going to help when you're massively outgunned and outnumbered as Akuma is. And that early Tech 2 did not save him. And Akama knows that now and calls the GG. Well, it just shows that even if you do lose a C, doesn't mean that you lose the game. And Akuma's team clearly had a plan. It just ended up not panning out for them. Also, it's funny that Glorp's plan of being on the land, he just kind of completely stopped pushing land and just pushed sea instead. But yeah, well played. MVP in my opinion was Polygon. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I'll see you all next time.